Welcome back to Steam A to Z, everybody, and today we'll be reviewing the great game of Battlefield 4. I have 49 hours played on this game as of the start of writing the script, and as usual, try to guess how many hours I will have at the end of this video. This is my first Battlefield, because I'm not really a Battlefield fan, but I decided I would buy Battlefield 4, totally not because it was on sale at the time. I have no friends who play Battlefield, so there won't be anyone else in the gameplay but me, if you're wondering. This game gets around 2,000 players a month, so obviously I'm going to have problems with making the multiplayer section of this game. But I have about 24 of the 67 achievements as of starting the script. As a game, try to guess how many achievements I will have by the end of the video. The game starts off with a scene of Rucker. Irish, Pack, and Dunn in a car underwater. Dunn is stuck under a car seat. The car is filling with water and Dunn can't be freed. Dunn gives the player a gun. Dunn tells us to shoot the windshield, and Irish tells the player not to. The game gives us the belief that we have the choice, either to shoot or not. The outcome of the scene is the same in every playthrough, but you could say this is a test to see if you follow orders or not. Like the old saying, good soldiers follow orders. As an intro to the game, it's okay, but I love it. At the same time, this cutscene starts off the beautiful mission, fishing in Baku. Fishing in Baku starts with the player basically having to go through a tutorial to get to the safe house. You get to the safe house, and the scene which scared the death out of me the first time I played. Dunn gets into the room about the same time as the player does. You and your squad, Tombstone, are in Baku for some Russian intelligence. Dunn breaks the radio silence and asks Irish where he is. Irish is being chased and leads to the first gunfight of the game. Since the team's cover has been blown, you need to make it to the extraction zone. You have your second firefight in the school atrium. I don't know why this is in the script, but it introduces you to the option to make the AI of your teammates not brain dead and to shoot what you want it to shoot. It's basically spotting the enemy, but it's a great feature at the same time. You fight your way to the school basement, where you get introduced to the game's different gadgets. Gadgets are basically items like, C4 and grenade launchers, like your common epic, specials, Dunn gives you a set of binoculars that you will never use again. You have to blow up a wall where you get to an outside area where the helicopter that is there to pick you up is able to be used to kill enemies faster. Basically, they throw more enemies at you, but give you a helicopter to shoot a bunch of people. You fight your way through enemies, basically until you get to a checkpoint area that refills your supplies and allows you to change weapons and gadgets. If you've played through the entire campaign before, you have all the weapons, so you're able to use the weapons again. And that's a pretty cool feature so you don't have to rely on just pickups and that type of stuff just to get through, and it gives an advantage to people who have already played through the campaign. Then it's another fight through enemies until you get to a building where you take an elevator up. When you are in the elevator, an enemy helicopter shows up. I tried to shoot the helicopter down with my grenade launcher, but I think it has absolutely no hitbox. Hopefully someone can fact check that for me. The helicopter shoots the elevator, and it falls, but you're safe because of plot armor, of course, because this is a video game. You have to run through a part where the helicopter shoots at you. You get to the top of the building where the helicopter is waiting for you. Levelutions. The building fell apart, and the helicopter is down. Irish comes and picks up debris off of you. You pat yourself off with no damage at all. Like, how do you survive that fall? How does a human being survive that falls? They should be all dead. But this is a video game, and who the fuck cares? Dunn has most of the debris on him, and the helicopter is on fire. His leg is trapped. A first responder arrives, and Lord help me, look at the man's face! The fire is spreading, and Dunn orders you to cut off his leg. You oblige. Just after you cut the leg, the helicopter explodes, and you get a glimpse of the helicopter from before. You have to drive to a secondary extraction point. You have to drive while the helicopter shoots at you. You drive to an oil field where the helicopter gets close. Irish hands you a grenade launcher and tells you to burn that. But it crashes in front of you, forcing you into the ocean, where the cutscene from before happens. In the end, you get a reading of what the intel meant. The Russians would help the Chinese if a military coup would happen. They say that they already knew, meaning Dunn died for absolutely nothing, and that they just need confirmation. Before we head on to the next mission, let's talk about Dunn real quickly. This is the only character I'll probably talk about, so don't worry. I feel like he was killed way too early in the story. If he just exists as a tutorial character, just for the player to get promoted as a squad leader, he isn't even in the Battlefield 4 novel. And yes, there is a Battlefield 4 novel. I've done my research. It feels like he could have had way more fucking potential. This mission opens with a cutscene of basically your commanding officer, who is Garrison. Basically, a candidate for the presidency of China got assassinated, and a man named Admiral Chang blames the United States for his death. So Tombstone has to go undercover and rescue some VIPs from a building guarded by Chang's men. You start out in a car, and you finally see the date of this game. I had one man disappear in front of the car, and one man just go through it. You take a turn to avoid a blockade, and you end up running into the rioting part of the city, where a rioter throws a rock into the window, and the car swerves and it gets stuck. You have to make your way on foot to the hotel. You climb up a ladder onto a rooftop where you see the hotel. There's this stupid fucking ladder that you have to climb down. I tried it 2 times to figure out how to go down this janky ladder. And the thing is, I've played this campaign before, and I still had trouble with this stupid ass ladder. Whoever made this ladder, I ran up to the guards at the door. Once you make it to the building, just tried to attack you from outside. It's so fucking weird to look at them do it. You hop in an elevator and finally get weapons. If you just walk away from Pac, he'll just, keep holding the weapon. And Irish will just stare off into the distance without a thought in his mind. You get to the top level and fight some enemies until Pac has to unlock a door that you can probably just shoot open. So you have to protect Pac as he unlocks the door. You get to place claymores before the enemy attack. It's a kind of very well designed area. It's instead of charging head front into the enemies are coming towards you, which it's a change up of mix. You finally make it to the VIPs and the room is on fire, but they moved rooms, of course. You meet Hannah and her husband. Her husband is injured. Kovic makes a plan for you to secure a helicopter. You fight your way onto the roof and secure the helicopter, and Kovic leaves you. You fight your way off the roof, and now you have to get to the river for an extraction. You have to hop in an elevator, and in the elevator you learn that Irish has a fear of heights, which totally won't be a plot point in the future. You get out of the hotel and you have to fight your way through enemies. You make it to the street where a tank rolls through, and now you have to run and avoid it. Seeing the tank kind of puts me in fear because you can't do anything to stop it at this moment. A pair of civilians need your help to get them out of the city, so you oblige. You meet a woman and her daughter. A resistance is forming against Chang, but the people are weak to him. Here you are tasked with destroying a tank. In a room, you get some anti-tank equipment. You get no rocket launcher, so you have to deal with the tank using mines, and that is, I swear, it's the hardest part, because you cannot predict where the tank is going, because the minimap is so shit in this level. It will start speeding at you when it has a lock on you. Like, when it sees you, it will just fucking book it towards you. After you destroy the first one, which gave me a heart attack, you have to kill another. If it couldn't make this level worse. This one knows immediately where you are and starts charging after you. And after you kill it, you can move on. You get to a dock where you get picked up by a boat. You're making your way out of the city when Irish tells all the civilians to follow them onto the USS Valkyrie. But he is looking basically not at no other boats when he screams. Then at the end, my character just falls through the boat, and that is just... The mission opens with a cutscene that explains the USS Valkyrie is being overwhelmed with refugees. When the Valkyrie reaches the USS Titan, it will be able to get help. You wake in the bed, and the other Marine notices that you were thrashing about in your sleep and sounds worried about you. This actually shows that, the game has that little bit of realism and a little bit of humanism. And now you're tasked with going to find Irish. On your way to find Irish, you will stumble into this conference room where you can just stand there and listen to the conference if you would like to. When you get to the cafeteria, you are called out by someone who doesn't like the fact that y'all took in the refugees, and he calls them the enemy. You end up running into Pac, where you go and end up checking on Jinjae. Everyone says that the Titan is basically hope for the crew. The Valkyrie. Irish is just chilling with the refugees and gives a kid an apple. Pac gets mad at Irish because he did something without getting approval from Wrecker. As you are going upstairs, the alarm goes off. The USS Titan has been hit. Harrison calls you to get on this Titan and search for the crew in the black box. You drive your way to the side of the ship and finally get in. You have to go underwater where the voyage recorder is. This part is buggy in the fact that you have to restart your game to get through this level. It is so frustrating when you get to this level, and it is just a problem with the computer version of the port. You walk into a room where sailors are stuck under some vents, and the room they are in is filling with water. Kovic decides that they are a lost cause. Irish believes that you can save them, but goes against Kovic, and Kovic and Irish start fighting about it. Irish tries to shoot it open, then Irish hits Kovic. As you walk to the next room, you hear the screams of the sailors. Even though it is fake, it feels so real, and it really plays out what would happen in that situation. You find the voyage recorder, and Kovic takes it off of you. You now need to get back to the Valkyrie. When you get to the next room, there are Chinese soldiers still on the ship. So now you have to fight your way back. As you get to the next room, the ship starts to fall apart and splits in two. The ship is sinking, and now you need to haul ass to get out of there. The Valkyrie is under attack, and now you need to... The Chinese have boarded the ship, and now you need to make your way to Garrison. A couple of helicopters pop up, and you just take them down with some anti-air. You end up getting to the med bay where Hannah is getting beat, but she fights for herself and joins you all to get to the bridge. You help Kovic move some debris to get to an access ladder, and then when Kovic is climbing, a heli shoots Kovic you down. After you defeat an onslaught of enemies, you get back to Kovic. He is bleeding and doesn't have much longer. He gives you the voyage recorder, and Kovic is the second person to die as Wrecker's leader, which is honestly somewhat of a coincidence. You get to Garrison, and that concludes the mission. Garrison tells us that the Pacific Central Command is gone, so now you can't just sail back to the west coast of the United States. Now you have to get to the Suez Canal. Hannah is now part of Tombstone. To get past Singapore, Tombstone will have to infiltrate the airbase and deploy flares to signal the location for the missiles. Right as you are about to be let loose, Garrison has a speech that is honestly, in my opinion, pretty good. You are let loose and drive to the beach where you take part in an amphibious assault. While you fight on the beach, you have a tank that will shoot enemies for you, which is very needed for some reason because this is like Omaha Beach, and I about die every single time because there's always some dumbass enemy that just shoots me and there's no cover. After the beach, you fight your way through some enemies until the tank crew crawls out because of an air blast. Now you get to take control of the tank. You fight a couple of tanks until you get to probably the most hardest part, in my opinion. You get to some Roblox parking area where you try to deal with tens of enemies with rocket launchers, and another tank spawns while you're doing that. You end up getting in a lav, and now you have to traverse a park with about 4 tanks and another lav. You can't really compete with the 4 tank. I ended up beating it by getting my hands on a rocket launcher, luring out 2 of the tanks, and basically setting up a trap and cheese out the AI, and just to get to the next part. Make your way to the bridge of the airport where you fight your way through enemies until a car gets you stuck, and then this happens.
Target down! Clear! Standing! Okay, back to the car! Pack, bust the window! Hannah, check the emergency brakes! On 3! 1, 2, 3!
We're getting there!
Christ, that was close!
We gotta get off this bridge! It's too dangerous!
We are not gonna leave you behind! No one gets left behind! Push!
Oh god! Just give me your hand! He should be free! Why isn't it going? God
Is he
damn
stuck on
it!
something? Straps! He's caught on the straps!
Get it! What is that?
It's a big freaking
Oh!
strap!
Oh! Get him off! Go! Get him back! Get him back! Hold on to me! Stay with me!
You now have to get through the sewers to get to the airport. You fight your way through enemies until you get to the hangar, where I honestly kind of like this area because you could just sit back with a grenade launcher and just shoot everybody. Pack fires the flare and you try to drive out of there until...
Pack.
Pack.
Wake up, goddammit! Pack! Don't you fucking do this! Come on, damn it!
快来！他们在这儿！我抓到他们了！
The fuck? You fucking...
不要管他，他已经死了。带走这个。Sorry, Rucker. Couldn't be any other way.
Hannah has betrayed Tombstone, and now Pack is dead. This mission starts with you getting interrogated. You watch as Irish gets tortured, while Cheng just stands there.
Leave alone, you sick bastard!
What'd you make me, Sergeant?
Rucker! Rucker, stay with me! Stay with me, Rucker! I'm gonna cut your fucking arms off, and I'm gonna find that bitch by hand, and I'm gonna beat the shit out of her with him! Her and her fucking husband!
Her husband? What husband? Is your mind sleeping?
You think I'm stupid, huh? The guy with the bandages! I know!
So, he still lives. Your ship is the USS Valkyrie, is it not?
What? The fuck are you talking about?
I have no idea who you brought out of Shanghai, do you? 好，把他们消失。
没问题。
Rucker! Rucker! Stay with me, Rucker!
Oh, I'm dead. You wake up to a man called Dima talking to you. Dima is a character from Battlefield 3 who survived a nuclear blast, but I will get into his story later. He offers you a shank and then you bust out of your prison cell. You make your way up the vents, you take out a guard with the shank and progress on. You take another stealth kill on another guard, and now Dima wants you to set the prisoners free. I tried doing this part in a stealthy way and I could not figure out a way at all. You end up finding Irish and set him free, You fight your way to a hallway until you get to an elevator. You fight your way through enemies until you reach a locked door where Dima starts to crack the code to open the door, and enemies start attacking your position, so you have to protect Dima while he tries to open the door. He opens the door, but it gets stuck, and now you have to crouch under it. I checked to see if there was any enemies, and when you walk through, of course, you get hit by a guard and knocked out.
Careful, American.
What? Scumbag of a bitch named Hannah is about to shoot Irish, and then she turns on the Chinese and shoots them, freeing everyone. Pry open the door and hear Dima scream freedom, which was probably going to be my favorite thing in the game if it wasn't for the fact that the auto clip didn't work. You fight your way onto a tram where you hop on it and you make your ride to freedom until
Everybody aboard our ship is in jeopardy.
Nothing we can do about that, my friend.
Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck is this dude? It's part of the fucking plan.
Chopper, incoming.
Dima is dead, and the crew makes their way through the snow. The mission starts out with Irish, Wrecker, and Hannah in a car. They haven't eaten in days. Tombstone is in some post-Soviet nation that currently has Russian influence in it. You make it to some spy outpost where you fight your way through enemies until you get to a U.S. stronghold named Old Town. You meet a lady named Greenland. She is in charge of the stronghold, and she needs you to help the situation with the Russians. Hannah and Irish devise a plan to use C4 to blow up a dam to drown out the Russian SAM sites and soldiers. You drive to the dam where on my end, the dam already looks destroyed. Maybe it might be like a rendering problem, and the animation team just decided to save resources by not rendering the full dam. But you fight your way through enemies till you reach an elevator down where you protect Hannah while she plants one of the charges. You plant a charge, you make your way outside to some scaffolding, you fight enemies along it, Irish plants a charge, and since the entire crew has planted one charge for themselves, now you can blow that dam up.
What the hell happened?
I only counted 2 explosions.
Damn it. Come on. Yes! Oh. That was close. Gunplay, no, no. Hang on!
Alright. You somehow survived that fall and the river too, basically without a scratch on anyone. But you walk your way to the top of the building where Greenland keeps her promise and gets you a ride back to the Valkyrie. You learn that the Chinese have taken the Suez. As Irish is about to say why he got his nickname, you are pulled by the skyhook. And Irish's scream is so funny, it also makes true to his character because he's afraid of heights.
Capybara? Capybara!
This mission starts with you jumping out of a plane and the Valkyries being boarded again. You fight your way through enemies until you get inside the ship where Pack scares you again. He's alive, but you power on to get to Garrison. Fight your way through enemies where you get to Jinjae. I'm just gonna let this part play out because it explains itself so good.
I have put down my guns, Captain. My brothers will not kill me.
Maybe I didn't make myself clear. Your brothers think you're already dead. You're a target, like us. An assignment. Search and destroy.
Then they have to see me. Know that I still breathe. They will forget their mission and lay down their arms.
So we let him in and see what happens?
Yes.
That was a joke. Irish Wrecker, cover the door.
I am serious. If we fight, it is over. I would open the door
I
myself.
can't let you do that. Now you listen to me. They'll kill you the second they get through. That door's the only thing keeping you alive.
With such an extreme trauma, he shouldn't even be up. This is the concussion talking.
In this room, I am invisible. I am dead already. We all are. If I cannot show my face, if I cannot speak to my brothers without fear, then I have lost. I need to know where I stand. Open the door, Sergeant.喂，兄弟，你被骗了。如果你永远听我会告诉你的事情。
Don't do it. Don't fucking do it.
Wow, that just came off.
这家伙，我们已死。剑活了，把枪放下。Stand down。剑剑活了，我们要告诉其他人，剑剑活了。哎，这是野火，对，剑剑活了，还在机船上面。是真的，剑剑活了，剑剑活了。Son of a bitch did it.
But what now? There's still a lot of Chinese soldiers out there.
They know it's him.
Even though Jinjae is alive, the ship gets hit. Chang is trying to hide the evidence by sinking the ship. You get on a rig packed with explosives and make your way in a last-ditch effort to save the Valkyrie. You stroll up to the battleship and place a charge. Use a grappling hook to get away from the blast, and it doesn't work. Someone has to go down and detonate. You choose who goes down and detonates it. In the first playthrough of this mission, I chose Hannah, because I believe this is the canonical story, because Battlefield 2042, Irish is alive in it. So, I did not get why Irish starts shooting at the boat like he's gonna do something after she goes down.
You're gonna kill her!
God damn it! Tombstone!
When you choose Irish, Hannah starts shooting, but she's not even facing the boat. The last ending is the bad ending. Basically, if you just sit there while they're arguing, the Valkyrie.
Come on, Wrecker, you decide! Oh my god. Valkyrie's gone. We blew it.
Listen to me. You can sink ships, you can wipe out people, but you can't kill an idea. Okay?
Insert cash or select payment type.
Due to the fact that this game has like a monthly player base of 1,000 to 2,000 players, I can't really give the multiplayer in this game the attention it deserves, you know. So I'll start out with the class system, like every game except for 2042 has. Assault is the only class in the game to have assault rifles, of course. The specific gadgets that Assault has are ones based on grenade launchers, medical equipment, etc. Assault classes do well in small maps like Operation Walker. The Defibrillator, which is a gadget that has, can be used to revive dead teammates. Support has access to LMGs, like, you know, your heavy weapons. Support has the ability to hand out extra ammos to teammates. Support has access to items like UCAVs, mortars, and C4 air bursts. Support is good on all maps except for vehicle maps, like Silk Road. The Engineer is the class that goes boom The engineer has access to RPGs, javelins, and stingers if you're on board. It has a repair duo if you are using a vehicle, and the engineer is good with all types of maps. Recon has access to snipers and reconnaissance equipment, things like respawn beacons and swabs. You can use swabs to get road kills, which is funny as fuck. Recon also has access to C4 for some reason, and it can be used for some crazy plays. This class is the best used on large maps and is the most boring in my opinion. Levelutions are when maps change by the players or even the weather. I am going to show you some of the Levelutions because they are exclusive to Battlefield 4. On Parcel Storm, you can destroy a windmill that releases a damaged destroyer that will crash into the islands.
What?
On Zavoid 311, you can destroy the middle tower.
I'm having a lot of connection problems. No, I'm gonna go. I'll tell you about it.
In Siege of Shanghai, you can destroy a literal skyscraper. On Caspian border, you can destroy the tower.
Oh, it's happening.
Sugarcane.
On Lansing Dam, you can destroy the dam. There are many more types of Levelutions, but these are the main ones that are very cool in my opinion. Bye! The gameplay in Battlefield 4 is like a hit of dopamine. You keep wanting it. When you take out a tank, it is very nice. There are strategies where you put anti-tanks or even C4 on a car and drive into an enemy vehicle. The time to kill is perfect. Even having the element of surprise is rewarding, but there is enough time to counter. When you play in a vehicle, you feel like a god, but when you make a mistake, you will pay for it by some random motherfucker with an RPG. Obviously, halfway across the map, or right next to you. This video was hard to make. I started it when the last video was made, and the script is 12 pages long, which hurts, because this is like the longest thing I've ever wrote. I've had writer's block by the end of this, and from a scale of 1 to 10, this game is definitely a 9.8 out of 10. For those wondering about hours and achievements, at this time I have 102 hours and 51 out of 67 achievements. During the process of this video, I ended up buying Battlefields 1 and 5. I'm going to take a small break after this video, so don't expect another upload for at least, I don't know, a month or two. I couldn't show some of the features due to the fact that my friends don't own this game. The next game I will be doing is Battlefield 1, and hopefully my friends will buy Battlefield 1. Please subscribe and leave a like if you have gotten through so far in the video, because I am a small YouTuber trying to grow. Any amount would help. In the end, have a nice day, and bye-bye.